The sweet life of a tradwife. Lately, there's been a quiet nostalgia sweeping across the internet, a longing for this so-called simple life. Women are leaving the 9-to-5 life, trying to live a domestic life, and embracing what's now known as the tradwife style. But I have personally seen this up close. In a lot of Kenyan villages that I've seen, the rhythm is predictable. Men, and some women of course, get up, make some tea, and mandazi, or they go to a little nearby shop and get something there. Work in the fields, mainly tea fields, or nearby shops, then return home. Women typically tend to the house. They do the cooking or the cleaning or raising the kids. It's a familiar script, not just in Kenya, but in a lot of small towns that I've seen throughout my life. And yes, it is peaceful, it's nice, it's routine, but it is also repetitive. It's peaceful, it's repetitive, the work is constant, sometimes underpaid, sometimes unpaid, especially for the mothers. Underpaid maybe for the fathers. Growing up, both of my grandmothers actually only went to school up into the 8th grade. My grandfathers were both college educated. Back then, women weren't expected to pursue higher education. They were expected to manage the home. So when I see this tradwife trend online, soft linens, baking from scratch, tending to a garden, I can't help but think, we're romanticizing a lifestyle that was never truly actually even easy. And here's what doesn't get said enough. Most housework is still manual labor, especially when you can't afford help. Many women become financially and emotionally dependent on their partners. For some, this lifestyle leads to isolation, depression, and sometimes even psychosis. In the 1950s and a little bit of the 60s, women were being prescribed tranquilizers, mother's little helper, just to cope with the emotional toll of being housewives.
I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8, 38s, 9, 9, 10 Mac 10 to 6.
Is anti-anxiety medication, and it used to be prescribed or overprescribed an awful lot to women back when it was brought out in the early 1960s. It was known as Mother's Little Helper, and there was even a Rolling Stones song made about it. Mother's Little Helper, I suppose, was a reference to the fact that women, housewives, were at home all day, minding children, probably feeling unfulfilled, feeling the stress and anxiety of what it's like to be at home all day. One of the biggest selling drugs in the pharmaceutical industry in the US for at least 20 years.
Ads and doctors alike encouraged it, and if you weren't popping pills, you were probably pouring a drink. That's just a side of tradwife life you don't see on TikTok. And as for women of color or working class women, this whole concept was never truly an option. As Psychology Today notes, the male breadwinners / the female homemaker model was mostly a white middle class fantasy. Women of color have always had to do the work, both inside and outside the home. So why is this tradwife trend appealing now? The housing crisis that's happening today, the unattractive low wages that are happening today, the labor market that burns women out today, partners who don't always pull their weight today, and a country with no actual real safety net or social programs to help women at all. Sometimes it's not always about tradition. It is a survival strategy. Let's just note this. There is absolutely no shame, and I mean no shame, if this life works for you. If you and your partner are happy and thriving, more power to you. But if you are considering this lifestyle, just ask yourself, do I have support? Do I have a backup plan? Why am I choosing this? Is this because what I actually want, or it's just a form of escapism? Because while the simple life can look dreamy, sometimes what's behind it is a lot more complicated than you might think. Ayada.